Good morning, this is your media report for Monday, January 26, 2015. I'm Sergeant Lori McGee, Media Relations Officer for the St. John Police Force. From Friday morning, January 23rd until today's date, police have responded to 355 calls for service. We would like to hear from anyone that has any information concerning any of our calls or investigations. We can be reached at 506-648-3333, at our email police@stjohn.ca, or you can do it anonymously through the Provincial Crime Stoppers at 1-800-222-8477 or on their website at crimemb.ca. At 6:25 a.m. Friday morning, police responded to a fire at Terex Construction, located on Manawaganish Road. The fire started between two utility trailers. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. At 10:50 a.m., police responded to Dell High Street regarding a break-and-enter. The caller reports that renovations are currently underway, and when he returned to the residence, he noted that the window was smashed out, the exterior power mast along with the interior electrical panel and water heater were stolen. The incident remains under investigation. At 11:57 a.m., police arrested a 22-year-old female for assault after a 12-year-old female reported an incident that occurred during the latter part of December on Victoria Street. The victim sustained minor injuries. The accused was released on conditions and will appear in court at a later date. At 12:34 p.m., a 49-year-old female was arrested for an outstanding file for assaulting another female on Princess Street. She was released and will appear in court at a later date. At 1 p.m., an officer conducted a motor vehicle stop on Waterloo Street, which resulted in the arrest of a 19-year-old male for an outstanding arrest warrant for failing to attend court. The accused was held in custody for a court appearance. At 1:05 p.m., an officer conducted a motor vehicle stop on Ellerdale Street, which resulted in the arrest of a 28-year-old male for an outstanding warrant for failing to attend court. He was held in custody for a court appearance. At 7:55 p.m., a male contacted police to report he was assaulted and knocked out while behind shoppers on Lansdowne Avenue. A quantity of money was taken from the victim, who received minor injuries. He was transported to the hospital, treated, and released. The investigation is continuing into this incident. At 9 p.m. Friday evening, police received a call to Manawaganish Road regarding an assault. The victim received minor injuries. He was uncooperative with police when attempting to investigate the incident. He was subsequently charged for 3 counts of threats on police and an EMT who were attempting to assist him. He was later released and will appear in court at a later date. At 10:19 p.m., a 26-year-old male was arrested for an outstanding warrant and possession of a narcotic after he attempted to avoid a roadblock police were conducting on Rossay Avenue. He was held in custody for a court appearance. At 1:29 a.m., a 61-year-old male was arrested for impaired driving after he was checked during a roadblock police were conducting on City Road. He was later released and will appear in court at a later date. At 3:32 a.m., a 35-year-old male was arrested for driving while prohibited. He was held in custody for a court appearance. On Saturday morning at 7 a.m., a female called to report damage to her vehicle which had been parked in a parking lot on Princess Street overnight. A rock was thrown through the window and she reports her purse was stolen. At 9:20 a.m., a male called police to report driver's side window of his rental vehicle was smashed out while parked behind Chipman Hill Suites overnight. A pair of sunglasses and other small items were missing. At 11:36 a.m., a caller reports noticing the door open at his neighbor's residence on Summit Drive. Nothing was reported as missing. The forensic unit processed the scene. A canvass of the neighborhood was conducted by officers who learned that a suspicious male was knocking on doors the previous evening. The incident remains under investigation. At 12:10 p.m., a 21-year-old male was arrested at his residence on Charles Street for an outstanding arrest warrant for failing to attend court. He was held in custody for a court appearance. At 12:12 p.m., a 37-year-old male was arrested for assaulting his common-law wife after police were called to Charles Street West for a domestic incident. He was released on conditions and will appear in court at a later date. At 1:23 p.m., police responded to Sobeys Lansdowne Avenue regarding a theft. A staff member apprehended a male for stealing a quantity of groceries. A 26-year-old male was arrested for theft and released to appear in court at a later date. At 7:29 Saturday evening, police responded to an armed robbery at a convenience store located on Broad Street. A lone male fled on foot with an undisclosed amount of money. The forensic unit was called to process the scene. The incident remains under investigation by the Major Crime Unit. At 11:31 p.m., police were called to Lansdowne Plaza regarding an intoxicated male refusing to pay his cab fare. The 66-year-old male was arrested and charged for fraudulently obtaining transportation. He was released and will appear in court at a later date. At 1:38 a.m., a 38-year-old male was arrested for assaulting 2 bouncers after police were called to the Fish and Brew pub located on Fairview Boulevard. Both victims received minor injuries, with one going to the hospital to be checked out. The accused was later released on conditions and will appear in court at a later date. At 2:56 a.m., a 27-year-old male was charged for refusing a breathalyzer after police conducted a motor vehicle stop on Highway 1 eastbound. The accused was later released and will appear in court at a later date. On Sunday afternoon at 4 p.m., police received a call from a person reporting a possibly impaired driver in the area of Golden Grove Road. The vehicle was located and stopped. The driver was arrested for impaired driving and subsequently charged for refusing a breathalyzer. He was later released and will appear in court at a later date. At 10:43 p.m., an officer conducted a motor vehicle stop on Charlotte Street, which resulted in the arrest of a 40-year-old male for possession of a narcotic. He was released and will appear in court at a later date. At 3:35 a.m. this morning, police responded to a domestic incident on Kennard Street. A 24-year-old male was arrested for assaulting his girlfriend, who did not sustain any injuries. There was also an arrest warrant for the accused. He was held in custody for Fredericton Police. He will appear in court at a later date for the assault. This concludes the media report for Monday, January 26. Have a great day and be safe.